Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. After listening in on Holly Jonas' phone conversation with Tate Black, Leo Howard, Maggie Kyriakis exposed Holly's deception when she attempted to hide it. This is according to the Wednesday, August 7, spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Maggie advised Holly and Tate show their parents that they could be trusted, even if she felt sorry for them. Maggie also convinced Holly that she would stop lying, but she quickly resumed her covert activities and secret keeping. Holly was shocked to see Tate enter the Kyriakis mansion's living room after Maggie departed on Wednesday's episode of Days. Tate wanted to have a duplicate of Maggie's key created and get more time with Holly since he acknowledged that he had locked himself out of the Horton cabin. When Sarah Horton arrived to Titan, she found out that Xander Cook had been persuaded by Fiona Cook to assume the role of CEO and embrace his inheritance. Xander contacted Fiona about becoming a witness at the wedding, and Sarah hurried off to get dressed after deciding she wanted to get married today. Brady Black awoke in Fiona's hotel room beside her and groggily dialed her mother, Xander's mother. Fiona made fun of Brady for having a name and questioned what aspect of sleeping with Xander's mother was so terrifying. After Brady acknowledged that he believed Xander was a complete weirdo, Fiona coerced him into telling what precisely Xander had done to him. Brady eventually disclosed that Xander shot him and his stepmother to start, even though he was initially hesitant to do so. Fiona felt somewhat to blame for Xander's behavior and expressed regret for not supporting him. Brady felt Xander was making an effort to change his life, and he didn't believe Fiona was to blame. Hearing Fiona's male friend in the background, Xander volunteered to be her +1 when he phoned to ask her to the wedding today. Brady was concerned that Xander had recognized his voice when he contacted Brady's phone, so Fiona rejected for her buddy and accepted the offer herself. Xander just needed Brady to arrange a meeting for him at Titan, thus it was a false alarm. With relief upon hearing that, Brady and Fiona decided that maybe they should do a repeat of yesterday night at some point. The next Wednesday's edition of Days had Sarah and Xander getting ready for their wedding at their apartment. Maggie performed the ceremony as Fiona observed. Following their emotional vows, Xander and Sarah formally tied the knot and kissed it shut. Leo Stark wanted to audition for the part of Lorna, so he showed up to Body and Soul headquarters wearing a frock and wig. However, his poor acting made the audition a complete bust. Leo didn't get the role, but Kate Roberts Brady and Abby Carver did agree to allow him submit a screenplay and maybe try his hand at writing for Body and Soul. Bonnie Kyriakis entered the tavern during Hattie Adams' line rehearsal for her role as Charlemagne on Wednesday's DOL episode. Bonnie was worried when she heard Hattie arranging her husband's death because she thought Marlena Evans was going to pursue John Black. Hattie confessed her identity to Bonnie when she challenged Marlena, and the two enjoyed a joyful reunion. Bonnie sounded interested in the part of Cassandra that was still up for grabs after Hattie updated her on her new soap role. Following that, in the Wednesday's Days episode, Bonnie showed up to the Body and Soul headquarters looking outrageous for her audition as Cassandra. Leo asked Hattie if she wanted to watch RuPaul's Drag Race with him later when they ran into each other outside the bar, mistaking her for Marlena. After Leo left, Hattie was confused about who he was, even though she had already responded "hell yeah" and received the room number. When Tate actually bumped with Brady in the town center while waiting for Holly, the father was taken aback to find his son back in Salem rather than at Lacrosse camp. We'll bring you more predictions on any upcoming father-son conflict as Days of Our Lives spoilers indicate that Tate will need to explain something to Brady. According to teasers for Tuesday, July 23, Jana Hunter will cross paths with Everett Lynch, who is really Robert Bobby Stain at this time. Bobby will continue to play Everett to the best of his ability, But if Everett makes a few flirtatious remarks, Jada could find it odd. There will be some red flags raised by Jada's encounter with Everett, so ultimately expect her to voice her worries to Stephanie Johnson. These teasers state that Stephen Demira will attempt to mend his relationship with Gabi Hernandez Demira after their previous argument in the interim. There has been discord in their marriage because Stephen wasn't happy with Gabi exposing Jude Brady's paternity and inciting EJ Demira's rage. Stephen will understand, nevertheless, that Gabi has to rely on him since Rafe Hernandez remains unconscious. Stephen will console her and mend their connection as soon as Gabi provides him with the most recent information from the hospital. Stephen will still be concerned about the chance that his inebriated connection with Ava Vitali could come to light. These teasers indicate that Stephen will speak with Kristen Demira and emphasize to her the value of keeping things confidential. Sadly, Kristen enjoys turmoil and will soon make Stephen and Ava's lives a bit more challenging. Kristen seems to be forcing Ava to collaborate closely with Gabi on the relaunch of Gabi Chick, which is a certain way to end things. Naturally, it is important to note that DOL's weekly preview included some incorrect information on Brady and Ava. Days even published spoilers in an attempt to fool supporters into believing Brady and Ava would end up in bed together. Surprisingly, Brady ended up going out to drink with Fiona Cook at the end of the evening, so it seems he'll be spending some time this week in a room with her instead. Let's talk about Connie Viniski, who will definitely turn things up on Tuesday's show. In the interim, Bobby disapproves of Connie's aggressive approach to pursuing Rafe, but it seems that Connie is ready to try again. By the middle of the week, Gabi will spy on Connie with a comatose Rafe. Thus, Tuesday's cliffhanger may include Gabi discovering Connie in the midst of her second deadly scheme. Days of Our Lives spoilers indicate that Connie will demonstrate her troublemaking skills once again, but our prediction suggests that she will quickly learn from her mistake and move on. After Brady acknowledged that he believed Xander was a complete weirdo, Fiona coerced him into telling what precisely Xander had done to him. Brady eventually disclosed that Xander shot him and his stepmother to start, even though he was initially hesitant to do so. Fiona felt somewhat to blame for Xander's behavior and expressed regret for not supporting him. Days of Our Lives spoilers indicate that Connie will demonstrate her troublemaking skills once again, but our prediction suggests that she will quickly learn from her mistake and move on. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.